They're one of the most secretive organizations in the world.
They found new text messages suggesting a, quote, secret society.
It's the world's most well-known secret society.
Cicada 3301. It's a name you may have heard only by the somewhat obscure film released by Lionsgate in 2021 titled Dark Web Cicada 3301. Though I'm sure many watching this could be your first time hearing it. Either way, Cicada 3301 is quite the mystery. Picture this. You're at home, booting up your Nintendo 3DS, maybe playing some Ocarina of Time 3D that had just released last summer. You're enjoying some YouTube videos. Life is just. Somewhere else, though, while you sit there contently, a mystery is brewing, one that is about to lead many down a rabbit hole. January 4th, 2012. A mysterious message appears on the website 4chan, an image board where the majority of users can post anonymously. This image is then posted to the X board, a board designated for paranormal content, conspiracy theories, or just creepy things in general. 4chan itself is no stranger to this kind of content. The image reads as follows.
Hello. We are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a message hidden in this image. Find it, and it will lead you on the road to finding us. We look forward to meeting the few that will make it all the way through. Good luck, 3301.
The image, as you can see, is simply white text on a plain black background. It appears to be around 509 by 503 pixels. The font appears to be Futura Light, and it appears to be in the JPEG format. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? To most, this image probably wouldn't have caused anyone to think twice. The vast majority would probably just keep scrolling and pay it no mind. The nature of what gets popular or stands out on 4chan is, after all, almost completely random. However, it would seem that luck would shine on this particular post, and before anyone knew it, a mystery was born. So what was this all about? Well, people quickly jumped on the puzzle and tried a few different methods to try and solve it. One of the first and most common methods was to open the image into text editing applications. The reason for this is because it would allow people to read bytes of data within the image. A common tactic for hiding information in image files is to put text within the data of the image, after all. This was where the first real clue was discovered. This text was at the end of the image file's data when inspected in text editors. So, what is it? Well, many users were able to determine that this was a Caesar cipher, given the reference to Caesar directly in the text itself. A Caesar cipher, for the unfamiliar, is, according to Wikipedia, one of the simplest and most widely known encryption techniques. The cipher relies on substituting one character with another. It is probably the most known in decoder rings and can be fairly simple to solve. Some of you may even remember such a ring being used in the famous film A Christmas Story. With the knowledge that this was supposed to be a Caesar cipher, cracking it would become child's play. A Caesar cipher can only have so many letter shifts, meaning the technique for solving one can actually be brute force quite easily, sometimes even be able to solve in a few minutes. In this case, it's fairly easy to figure out that LXXT greater than 33 could be turned into HTTP:// the start of a URL. The rest becomes simple after that. When decoded, the message becomes this link to the popular image sharing site Imgur. When visited, it displays this picture. At first, this likely comes off as some kind of joke or genuine message informing you that you're not on the correct path, as it does state that it is in fact a decoy. However, the second part of this message is where the real clue is.
Looks like you can't guess how to get the message out.
It took a little thinking, but some were able to determine that this was actually a hint to use a program called Outguess. Outguess is a steganography program designed to hide data and the most redundant content data bits of existing media files, as its own wiki states. To put it simply, it's a program to hide or uncover data within files that otherwise would likely be difficult to find on your own. When the image was ran through Outguess, the following message could be produced.
Here is a book code. To find the book and more information, go to this link. Good luck. 3301.
The subreddit mentioned became somewhat essential for solving this mystery, and it appears to be some kind of hub for clues and information. 2 images were posted on the subreddit, one titled Welcome, which appeared to be a welcome mat posted by Reddit user Imago on Nib, and another titled Problems, which is the following image posted by Cage Throttle Us, who became more or less the primary poster of the subreddit. Obviously, one of the first guesses was to once again give Outguess a try, and it quickly bore results. The first image, Welcome, produced the following message.
From here on out, we will cryptographically sign all messages with this key. It is available on the mid-key server. Patience is a virtue. Good luck. 3301.
The file was signed with a PGP signature. PGP stands for Pretty Good Privacy and is a type of data encryption and decryption program. It uses asymmetric cryptography and operates in layman's terms on a sort of lock and key function. In this case, 3301 gave us their key ID of 7A35090F. With the key, all of their messages could be validated as legitimate. This is likely a measure to stop others from impersonating them so that outsiders could not throw out fake clues to throw people off or impersonate him. The message hidden within the problems image was as follows.
The key has always been right in front of your eyes. This isn't the quest for the Holy Grail. Stop making it more difficult than it is. Good luck. 3301.
I think this one is a bit more obvious. The image itself is a scrunched down image of King Arthur repeating over and over. Via an optical illusion, a cup is visible within the image. Was there significance? Well, we'll get into that. The subreddit itself had a header that was a sequence of Mayan numerals, which if converted became 10, 2, 14, 7, 19, 6, 18, 12, 7, 8, 17, 0, and 19. The title of the subreddit itself could also be converted by replacing each letter with their position in the alphabet with A starting at 10. The Reddit description similarly held a 23-character string starting with the subreddit's name. Using the method just mentioned, users were able to decipher this code to come up with the PGP key necessary to find the hidden message within the problems image. It ended up being text from the Mabinogion, the Lady of the Fountain, a text translated from Welsh to English by Lady Charlotte Guest. Both the Reddit users leading the subreddit, Imago on Nib and Cage Throttle Us, are anagrams of Mabinogion and Charlotte Guest. Now that the book reference from the decoy duck image was found, it became possible to crack the message within that image. In the book, each letter is encoded with 2 numbers, a line number and a character index in that line. When applied to the book in question, it produced the following message.
Call us at telephone number 2143909608.
Nowadays, this number has been deactivated, but if you called it, it gave the following message.
Very good. You have done well. There are 3 prime numbers associated with the original final .jpeg image. 3301 is one of them. You will have to find the other 2. Multiply all 3 of these numbers together and add a .com on the end to find the next step. Good luck. Goodbye.
The voice is obviously computer generated, so no kind of deduction can be made there, but the clue it gives us is very useful. As mentioned before, the original image that started this entire mystery was 509 by 503 pixels. Both 509 and 503 are prime numbers, which when we multiply them with 3301, we get 845145127. Now all we have to do is add a .com to the end and we can find the website mentioned in the phone call. If we try to go to this website today, it has long since been taken offline, but the good people over at the Uncovering Cicada wiki created a reconstruction of what this website was like back then. We're met with a picture of the Cicada 3301 logo, a countdown timer, and if we highlight the logo, the words, "Patience is a virtue" appears. The countdown was set to expire on July 9th, 2012 at 5 p.m., a mere 5 days from when the mystery began. Using outguess once again on the image would confirm this.
You have done well to come this far. Patience is a virtue. Check back at 1700 on Monday, May 9th, 2012, UTC 3301.
When that date and time finally arrived, the website changed to display several coordinates, and this is where I think things get very strange and a little bit creepy. Each of these coordinates were all over the entire Earth: South Korea, Australia, Poland, France, Hawaii, the United States, Canada, literally across the entire globe. This would mean that Cicada 3301 had to be more than a single person. It had to be a group of well-organized individuals who were able to collaborate this entire puzzle in unison across the Earth without being detected, as in these locations were posters, all with QR codes and Cicada 3301's logo. Each of these codes led to the following image on the website that had originally given the coordinates. The images, when pushed through outguess, produced 2 types of messages, both similar to the decoy duck image, and obviously book-based ciphers, where the users had to find the correct text to decode the message. What's more interesting is a warning is given stated that only a select few will receive the prize. The book necessary to decode this message was given away by the following text within the clue.
A poem of fading death, named for a king, meant to be read only once and vanish. Alas, it could not remain unseen.
This was from the poem Agrippa by William Gibson from his book Agrippa, A Book of the Dead, meaning that this book was necessary to decode the messages from the coordinates. Combining this with the product of the first 2 primes as the message instructed to do produces the following link. Many may instantly recognize this as a link for the Tor network. Tor, or the Onion Router, is a software meant for anonymous communication and is often associated with shadier parts of the internet. It has a colorful history that may be worthy of a video of its own one day, but for the sake of this video, all you really need to know is it's mostly used for atypical internet usage, often associated with things that people wish to keep secret or on the down low. If you typed in the address into a Tor browser, you were met with a page with the following message.
Congratulations. Please create a new email with a public, free, web-based service, one you've never used before, and enter it below. We recommend you do this while still using Tor for anonymity. We will email you a number in the next few days, in the order in which you arrived to this page. Once you received it, come back to the site and append a /, then the number you received to the URL.
This would then have a submission box at the bottom to enter an email, and when you did, it would display the following red text. Got it. Thanks. We'll contact you soon. Interestingly enough, this is the first time it's actually acknowledged that 3301 is either a group or potentially a non-binary person, as they utilize the pronoun we, referring to themselves. It is also worth noting that they used improper grammar in the second sentence of the message, but I'm not sure if this was another hidden clue of some kind or a genuine oversight. With a group as complex as this, anything is possible. As promised, Cicada 3301 delivered emails that look similar to the following to each person who cracked the previous codes and submitted an email. I won't read the entire thing for brevity's sake, but the short version is the message given to them was instructions to break the RSA encrypted message for some kind of number. Each message had a unique key and required the users to work alone to solve them. If at any time the users were caught sharing their key or message to the public, they would receive an email from 3301 saying the following.
Hello, you have shared your information online. You are now removed from this altogether. Even if you crack the key you've been given, it doesn't matter, because you've demonstrated that you cannot be trusted to follow simple instructions anyway. Thank you for your participation to this point. Goodbye.
And from here, they were halted from further participation. For those who managed to follow instructions and crack the RSA encryption, they would go back to a special link on Tor that they were given to submit their answer. At first, all they would get was a 500 error, until the 17th of January around 2:49 p.m. UTC time, where they were instead returned the message, "Correct, we'll email you." For those who had pushed this far into the puzzles, they were approaching the final trials. The ones who had solved their RSA encryption puzzles would be sent the following email on their own Tor page.
This song is your own path, another stop on the road toward enlightenment. Follow it and share not. Let the chorus be your guide to the depths. Let the priest of the raven dawn, no longer in the deadly black with hoarse note. Curse the sons of joy, nor his accepted brethren, whom tyrant he calls free lay, the bound or build of the roof. Nor pale religious, lechery call that virginity, that wishes but acts not, for everything that lives is holy. Good luck, 3301.
By decrypting the message, a file could be discovered, a MIDI file called cicada.mid. This file had 2 songs on it, but neither appeared to be any real kind of music. A clue, however, was that the chorus mentioned was from William Blake's poem, A Song of Liberty. A second track on the MIDI file appeared to encode the very same poem. Due to the nature of how MIDI files work, it was quickly determined that the second track was actually the key to deciphering the first. Each note played corresponding to a letter in the poem, so that made it possible to generate a message with the first track, interestingly acting as another substitution or Caesar cipher like the first clue in the series. When all was said and done, the following text would be produced.
Very good. You have proven to be most dedicated to come this far to attain enlightenment. Create a GPG key for your email address and upload it to the MidKey servers. Then encrypt the following word list using the Cicada 3301 public key, sign it with your key, send the ASCII armored ciphertext to the Gmail address from which you receive your numbers. Your words are...
The words in the final line were always 50 unique words for each user. At around the 6th of February, users who managed to solve their MIDI puzzle and send in their solutions would be emailed, telling them to log into a Tor hidden service with a unique username and password given to them. And this is where things become a bit fuzzy. According to the Uncovering Cicada wiki, no one is quite sure how this ended. Some people have come forward to state that there were a few selected and even given bits of information, but it's difficult to confirm who is being legitimate and who's just making things up. Supposedly, Marcus Weiner solved the puzzle and claims he was asked questions related to online privacy, freedom, and support of the freedom of information. He claimed he was invited to work with the group behind Cicada 3301, and they communicated via some kind of private forum, but the details are pretty fuzzy. A channel called Great Big Story covered this, and you can check that out if you want to learn more. It's difficult to tell what really happened to those who actually solved the puzzles. Is it really possible that some kind of secret organization was able to pull all of this off and then slip away into the darkness without so much of a trace? Who really is Cicada 3301? A few theories have popped up, but none have ever really been confirmed. In 2015, a group calling themselves 3301 hacked into Planned Parenthood's database, possibly some kind of anti-abortion protest of some kind. However, Cicada 3301 themselves issued a PGP signed statement disavowing the hacking and denying any affiliation with the group. In Chile, in the province of Los Andes, the authorities claim that Cicada 3301 are a hacker group engaged in criminal activity, but this was also denied by the group, and no evidence that I can find has actually popped up to suggest that any of this is true. Another popular theory is that Cicada 3301 was some kind of cult, though no concrete evidence to link them to any cult activities have ever surfaced. And the final theory that I can find is that Cicada 3301 were the masterminds behind QAnon. But while Cicada 33 themselves never issued a statement regarding this, they also have never stated that they were involved in QAnon in any capacity. There is virtually no evidence behind this claim. After a month of silence, Cicada 3301 would post another message on their subreddit using the same style as the original. This one read,
Hello. We have now found the individuals we sought. Thus our month-long journey ends. For now, thank you for your dedication and effort. If you were unable to complete the test or did not receive an email, do not despair. There will be more opportunities like this one. Thank you all. 3301.
This was followed with a long string of numbers. To this date, the number string has not been used or identified for its significance. This is definitely quite the rabbit hole, but what do I take away from this? Do I think this is a real organization or some kind of ARG or some kind of cult or something else entirely? Personally, I lean more toward this being some kind of elaborate ARG, given the openness of how they went about recruiting people. If this were some kind of real secret organization, I highly doubt they would have made it so very open to just post about it out in public like this. That being said, I do have to admit that the fact that they're able to get posters placed in various locations around the planet, that's pretty eerie, and does poke somewhat of a hole in my theory that this is some kind of ARG. It would certainly require quite a bit of organization from multiple people to pull this off, so it certainly is possible that this is actually some kind of secret organization after all. Just as quickly as Cicada 3301 had begun, it had quickly come to an end. Many wondering, what was it all for? Why? I guess we'll have to find out another day. Thank you to everyone for watching. A big thank you to the Uncovering Cicada 3301 wiki, as much of the documented information came from them and their fantastic efforts to preserve the information. Please leave a like on the video, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to be updated to future content. Stay safe, and remember that curiosity of the unknown can often wisp us away.